Good morning. I'm Sai Tejasvi from Triple B, pursuing third year in IARE College, and my Tech Talk topic of power system analysis is derivation of swing equation. Before going to the concept of swing equation, let us know the basics behind swing equation. So, what is stability? Stability of a system is its ability to return to normal or stable operating conditions after having been subjected to some form of disturbance. Conversely, the instability means a condition of loss of synchronism or falling out of step. Though stability of a power system is a single phenomenon, for the purpose of analysis it is classified as steady state analysis and transient stability. Increase in load is a kind of disturbance. If increase in loading takes place gradually and in small steps and the system withstands this change and performs satisfactorily, then the system is said to be in steady state stability. Thus, the study of steady-state stability is basically concerned with the determination of upper limit of machine's loading before losing synchronism, provided the loading is increased gradually at a slow rate. In practice, load change may not be gradual. Further, there may be sudden disturbances due to sudden change of load, switching operation, loss of generation, fault. Following such sudden disturbances in the power system, rotor angular differences, rotor speeds, and power transfer undergo fast changes whose magnitudes are dependent upon the severity of the disturbances. For a large disturbance, changes in angular differences may be so large as to cause the machine to fall out of step. This type of instability is known as transient instability. Transient instability is a fast phenomenon, usually occurring with 1 second for a generator close to the cause of disturbance. Short circuit is a severe type of disturbance. During a fault, electrical powers from the nearby generators are reduced drastically, while powers from remote generators are scarcely affected. In some cases, the systems may be stable even with sustained fault, whereas in other cases, system will be stable only if the fault is cleared with sufficient rapidity. Whether the system is stable on the occurrence of a fault depends not only on the system itself but also on the type of fault, location of fault, clearing time, and the method of clearing. Transient stability limit is almost always lower than the steady state limit, and hence it is much important. Transient stability limit depends on the type of disturbance, location, and magnitude of disturbance. Transient stability analysis involves some mechanical properties of the machine in the system. After every disturbance, the machines must adjust the relative angles of their rotors to meet the condition of the power transfer involved. The problem is mechanical as well as electrical. The kinetic energy of an electric machine is given by kinetic energy equal to half I omega square megajoules, where I is the moment of inertia and megajoule second square per electric degree square. Omega is the angular velocity in electric degree per second. Angular momentum m equal to I omega. Thus, from the both equations, we can write kinetic energy as half m omega. The angular moment m depends on the size of the machine as well as on its type. The inertia constant h is defined as the megajoules of stored energy of the machine at a synchronous speed per MV of the machine. When so defined, the relation between the angular momentum m and inertia constant h can be derived as follows. Let G be the rating of the machine in MVA. By definition, H is equal to stored energy in megajoules by machine's rating in MVA. Stored energy equal to GH megajoules. Further, kinetic energy equal to half m omega megajoules, half m 2 pi f megajoules, m into pi f megajoules. So, from equation 3 and 4, we get GH equal to m into pi f. Thus, m equal to GH by pi f megajoule second per electric radian. If power is expressed in per unit, then G equal to 1 per unit, and hence m equal to h by pi f. When the angular moment m depend on the size of the machine as well as on its type, inertia constant h does not vary very much with the size of this machine. The quantity h has a relatively narrow range of values for each class of machine. So, we covered the basics behind the swing equation. Now let us understand what is a swing equation is. The transition stability of the system can be determined by the help of swing equation. The differential equation that relates the angular momentum m, the acceleration power pa, and rotor angle del is known as swing equation. Solution of swing equation will show how the rotor angle changes with respect to time following a disturbance. The plot of del versus t is called swing curve. Once the swing curve is known, the stability of the system can be assessed. The flow of mechanical and electrical power can be known in the system. Consider the generator. Let us know the swing equation by a generator. Consider the system generator. It receives mechanical power Pm at the shaft torque Ts and angular speed omega via shaft from the prime mover. It delivers electric power Pe to the power system network via the bus bars. So, the swing equation of generator describes the relative motion between the rotor axis and synchronously rotating stator field axis with respect to time. This equation is very helpful in analyzing the stability of connected machines. As we know that in a synchronous generator, the speed of rotor axis and stator field axis is equal to synchronous speed during normal operating condition. This simply means that the relative speed between rotor axis and stator field axis is zero. Thus, a constant angle del is maintained between rotor field axis and stator field axis under normal operating condition. This angle del is known as load angle or torque angle. The value of load angle depends on the loading of machine. The more is the load, the more will be the load angle del. P equal to EFVT sin del by Xs, where EF is no load excitation voltage, VT is generator terminal voltage, Xs is synchronous impedance. Also, during steady state operation of generator, the value of electromagnetic torque Te is equal to shaft torque Ts. Since the electromagnetic torque Te and load torque Ts act in opposite direction, there is no net torque on the rotor. This is the reason rotor rotates at constant angular velocity during steady state operation of generator. But when there is a sudden change in the loading of machine, if some load is added or removed from the rotor shaft, the rotor will accelerate or decelerate with respect to the synchronously rotating stator field. Suppose steam input to the generator is suddenly increased. Under this condition, the rotor will accelerate as the electromagnetic torque Te will remain almost constant during transient period, but shaft torque Ts has been increased. Thus, a relative motion will set in between the rotor and stator field axis. Since generator terminals are assumed to be connected to grid, the stator field axis can be taken as reference for study of relative motion. Due to this relative motion, the load angle del S will vary with time. Let theta be the angular position of the rotor at any instant t. Theta is continuously changing with time, and it is convenient to measure it with respect to the reference axis shown in the figure below. The angular position of the rotor is given by theta equal to omega st plus del. Theta is angle between rotor field and reference axis. Omega is the synchronous speed. Del is angular displacement. These parameters are taken from the observation of generator, not by motor. Now, let us differentiate the above equation. We get d theta by dt equal to omega s plus d del by d theta dt. Again differentiating the above equation, we get d square theta by dt square equal to d square del by dt square. We know that angular acceleration of rotor alpha equal to d square theta by dt square equal to d square alpha by dt square, electric radian per second square. Power flow in a synchronous generator is shown in the diagram below. Since a synchronous machine rotates at constant angular speed and TA in synchronous generator is equal to the difference between mechanical input shaft and electromagnetic output torque, TA equal to Ts minus Te, where TA is the accelerating torque, Ts is the shaft torque, Te is the electromagnetic torque. Now we know that angular moment of the rotor is expressed by the equation m equal to j omega. From the basics, multiplying both the sides of equation by omega of the TA equal to Ts minus Te equation, we get omega TA equal to omega Ts minus omega Te. Omega T is nothing but power, so Pa equal to Ps minus Pe. But J d square del by dt square equal to Ta, and we know that d square del by dt square equal to d square theta by dt square. So from the above equation we get d square theta by dt square equal to Ta. Now if we multiply with omega, we get the corresponding equation as m d square del by dt square equal to Pa equal to Ps minus Pe. Now we can write Pe as the form T max into sine delta. So we get the equation as m d square del by dt square equal to Pa equal to Pm minus P max sine delta. This is the equation which gives the relation between accelerating power and angular acceleration. It is called the swing equation. Swing equation determines the rotor dynamics of the synchronous machine, and it helps in stabilizing the system. Similarly, if we take the case of motor, we get the torque equation of motor, accelerating torque equation of motor as Ta equal to Te minus Ts. So corresponding final equation will be of motor is m d square del by dt square equal to Pa equal to Pe minus Ps, which is nothing but P max sine delta sine del minus Pm. So in both the things, both the equations which correspond to the swing equation have sine del term, where del is the load angle. In case damping power is to be included, then we can modify the equation as m d square del by dt square plus del d del m d square del by dt square plus d delta d del by dt equal to Pa. Swing curve is the plot of torque angle del versus time. Swing curves are used to determine the stability of system. If the rotor angle del reaches a maximum and then decreases, then it shows the system has transient stability. On the other hand, if the rotor angle del increases indefinitely, then it shows the system is unstable. Now, let us know that accelerating power in swing equation will have sine term. Therefore, the swing equation is non-linear differential equation, and obtaining its solution is not simple. For two machine system and one machine connected to infinite bus bar, it is possible to say whether a system has transient stability or not without solving the swing equation. Such criteria which decides the stability makes use of equal area and power angle diagram, and hence it is known as equal area criterion. Thus, the principle by which stability under transient conditions is determined without solving the swing equation but makes use of areas in power angle diagram is called equal area criterion. We know that if the rotor angle del oscillates, then the system is stable. For del to oscillate, it should reach a maximum value and then should decrease at a point d del by dt equal to 0. Because of damping inherently present in the system, subsequent oscillations will be smaller and smaller. Thus, while del changes, if at one instant of time d del by dt equal to 0, then the stability is ensured. Based on the stability, we can say whether the system is critically stable or unstable or stable. We can also express this swing equation in other forms, like h equal to m by f by g. So we can write the equation as Ps minus Pe equal to Gh by pi f into d square del by dt square. In terms of per unit system, the swing equation becomes Ps minus Pe in per unit equal to H by 180 f into d square del by dt square. So this is all about swing equation, and thank you.